We will now begin with the data-driven culture in organizations track. Our next speaker is Ratko Nikolic, data scientist at BE-terna. He's also the co-founder and the president of a nonprofit organization, CAAS. His talk topic is intelligent product recommendations with AI. In the world of fashion e-commerce, thriving means staying ahead with innovation. AI-driven customer segmentation enables a profound understanding of diverse clientele, facilitating tailored marketing and product offerings by analyzing preferences and behaviors. Personalized product recommendations powered by AI algorithms that scrutinize past data significantly boost conversion rates and sales. Discover how BE-terna's AI solutions can elevate your fashion e-commerce business, increasing sales and customer loyalty. Join us to explore these transformative strategies. Ratko, the stage is yours.
So thank you for that introduction. And hi, everyone. My name is Ratko, and I'm a data scientist at BE-terna, and my today's topic is how to use AI to be fashion forward, or more precisely, how approaches like customer segmentation and personalized product recommendations can transform and improve your fashion e-commerce business. But before we get to that, I'd like to say a few words about my team and about my company. So this is BE-terna's machine learning team. As you see, we come from all over Europe. We are a group of finest data science enjoyers, and if you'd like to know what it takes to be another place on this slide, I invite you to visit our booth in the main hall and speak to the ladies standing next to it. Okay, so as a company, we're also present all around Europe. We are one of Microsoft's top partners, and what we do is we provide, develop, and service business solutions, ranging from enterprise resource planning over CRM and RPA, all the way up to BI and machine learning, in which my team specializes in. And we cover a wide array of services, ranging from customer behavior modeling, which is my focus for today, over intelligent inventory replenishment, planning and manufacturing process optimization, all the way up to Internet of Things, predictive maintenance, and services related to it. And recently, we've also started exploring how large language models can be utilized to improve and transform your business, be it in the form of an internal assistant, like a chatbot for the customer support or chatbot for your HR representatives, be it as a mechanism for media monitoring, sort of like a tool for scraping and summarizing huge amounts of textual data, or be it as a support for another artificial intelligence system. Now, above all else, we like to see ourselves as problem solvers. So if you think that a certain AI or ML development can improve and help your business, feel free to call us, and we will be happy to discuss it, regardless of the particular application is present on the slide next to me. Okay, so now back to the topic at hand. Let's make a thought experiment. You've just woken up from a coma that lasted around 15 years, and naturally the first thing that occurred to you once you've woken up, so what are these customer segmentation and product recommendation systems? And the best place to start entering this topic is probably the customers themselves, namely those customers that have had the opportunity to interact with businesses that employ these mechanisms on a daily basis. So let's go through a few examples. Let's begin with Marco, who is a 25-year-old Netflix fan, and he thinks that Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, is the best show ever. And it's worth noting that this is his 5th best show ever that he's discovered on Netflix this month only. Let's move on to Maria, who is 40, and who just wanted to buy a new winter coat on eBay, but ended getting 3 new pairs of high heels, 2 new dresses, and a fabulous new set of earrings, because all of these items just went together so well. It felt wrong not to get them. And finally, let's look at Nina. She's a 31-year-old hard science fiction aficionado. And she just wishes that her boyfriend knew her as well as the Amazon does, because it was the Amazon that just offered her a 20% discount on the sequel of her favorite book for her birthday. So, what are the customer segmentation and product recommendation systems? Well, they're a series of tools that utilize machine learning algorithms and data analysis in order to provide personalized service or product recommendations, and in short, ensure that your customers have the same level of service and customer experience that Marco, Maria, and Nina had. But in order for them to do so successfully, they first need to understand the customer. And I'm not talking about some basic demographic information like white male in his 30s fatally attracted to pink hoodies. No, I'm talking about detailed customer behavior patterns. What they buy, how they buy it, where they buy it, what they buy together, and most importantly, how all of these aspects of customer behavior intersects with one another in order to create a viable customer profile that can then be used to provide value from the customer themselves. First, by empowering them to make the right decisions themselves, and second, by rewarding their loyalty, because we know that in advertising, nothing works better than a word-of-mouth publicity. So, what do the numbers say? How do the companies that employ these systems actually fare? Well, McKinsey claims that 35% of what customers purchase on Amazon and 75% of what they watch on Netflix come from product recommendations based on such algorithms. Adestra claims that marketers see an average increase of 56% in sales when they use personalized experiences. And Segment claims that 49% of shoppers purchase a product they don't intentionally intend on buying when receiving a personal recommendation, while 44% of them will likely become repeat buyers after a personalized shopping experience. That is all fine and dandy, you'll say, but where do you get all the data that's required for such a detailed analysis needed for creating a viable customer profile? Well, no worries, because customers basically created themselves while they hop along their customer journey. So let's meet Anna, our typical customer, and let's follow her do just that. This is her customer journey from a bird's eye perspective. This is in no way a universal model. Your particular one can vary, but it is useful to sort of make an inventory of all the places where data is collected and subsequently collected. So Maria first visits a physical store. She looks around, gets a few things, gets the lay of the land, basically, and when she goes to the counter to pay for what she has selected, our helpful sales assistant Eva convinces her to join the loyalty program. Anna accepts this, and after a while, as a member of our loyalty program, she receives a birthday offer specifically tailored to her tastes. She clicks on the link within the birthday offer, and it takes her to her website where additional specifically tailored recommendations await her. Discounts, promotions, all the stuff you can imagine. And after 20 minutes of browsing, her shopping cart is full with all kinds of goodies, but her phone rings and she forgets to finish the purchase. Luckily, we have her back. And tomorrow, an abandoned cart email arrives, reminding her to finish her purchase, but also recommending her additional items that she could buy. And our story gets a happy ending when she actually goes to the website and finishes her purchase. But it's not over just yet. We want her to know that we have her back even once she has paid. So in the email confirmation for her purchase, we give her an opportunity to track the shipment, but also subscribe to our newsletter, where she will get additional personally tailored recommendations. And needless to say, at every point of this journey, Anna is creating data, whether she is purchasing at the web shop, whether she is signing up for the loyalty program, whether she is browsing the mobile app, or whether she is signing up for the newsletter. She is generating valuable data that is collected, transformed, and integrated in order to create, well, you guessed it, her customer behavior profile. This is somewhat how it looks from the perspective of the user interface for our product. Okay, so once we've done this numerous times, and we have a bunch of customer behavior profiles, we may enter the process of intelligent customer segmentation. And the key thing here to remember is that you should enter this process with the least assumption you can. Let the data speak for itself, or otherwise you might ignore a very important insight about the customer behavior or ignore a segment that you didn't even know that existed. So, another thing to note here is that the data that we have can distribute customers across many different dimensions, be it their age, their overall spending patterns, their place of residence, their presumed family status, assumed from their purchasing history, their workplace, employment status, or even their preference for certain brands and other dimensions. And let's also keep in mind that each of these dimensions can then be used by our machine learning algorithm to assign the customer to many different segments. And here we have sort of a mapping of how different customer information can assign a person to the customer segments. But you will ask yourself, how are segments created in the first place? And in order to start answering that question, let's simplify this situation a bit. Let's forget that we have all these different dimensions, and let's imagine that we have only two, but two ones that are crucial for business. Let's imagine that we have margin and the number of bought items. And if we create this plane, this 2D space, using these two dimensions and then distribute customers across it, what we will get is three distinctive clusters. And if we interpret what they mean, we will say that the one above is defined by high margin and a medium number of bought items. The one below to the right is defined by low margin but high amount of bought items, while the third one is defined by both low margin and low number of bought items. And the key note here is that we can repeat this process for any two different or three different dimensions that we have in our dataset, be it age and number of Balenciaga shoes, or age and the number of Gucci purses bought per year, anything. And another key point to take away from this is that not all of the segments will have the same business value. And in order to recognize that, what we can do is assign a value to them. So in this example, we see that to the segment above, we say that it's probably the most valuable for our business. The one to the bottom and to the right, that it has medium value, while the one on the left and bottom probably has the lowest value, which will further down the road allow us to understand which customers we should focus on in our promotional activities. Okay, so once we've done this for many different sets of dimensions, we have a detailed and multifaceted customer segmentation model. And this is the type of user interface that you could use to kind of explore, play around it with, and understand your customer in a great detail. This particular implementation is within ClickSense, but it's important to note that we can implement it in whichever software that you're already using to manage your customer relations, be it another BI solutions, Power BI, Tableau, whatever you're using, be it your CRM solution. Okay, so now we have all of the prerequisites to move on to the actual personalized product recommendations. So how is that done? Well, there are two major approaches here. The first one is called collaborative filtering, and it is based on finding similar customers according to them belonging to different customer segments. So, in this example, we've recognized that Marco and Maya are similar customers based on their consumer behavior patterns and belonging to different segments, and we know that Maya bought and loved product A, product B, and product C. And we also know that Marco bought and loved product A and product B. So according to this system, we would assume that Marco would also love and buy product C as well. And in practice, this is a very powerful system, very high accuracy, but it's not without its limitations. And the most obvious one is that we cannot use it when we're introducing a new item, simply because we do not have a customer that had previously bought it. Okay, so what is the alternative? Well, it's called content-based modeling, which basically bases itself in learning from customers' previous buys. So we have Maria, and we know that Maria bought a pink skirt, and then she bought a pink shirt, and then she bought pink shoes, and then she bought a pink cap. So what do you think her choice will be when she's presented with 3 dresses of different colors? And if you said pink, you would be in agreement with what content-based modeling would say. But this system is also not without its limitations. Namely, we cannot use it when we are introducing a new customer simply because we don't have their purchase history. So how do we bypass the limitations of both of these systems? Well, we combine them. We create a hybrid approach that on one side relies on collaborative filtering, which assumes that similar users will buy similar items, and on the content-based model on the other side, which assumes that customers will buy similar items as previously. And thus, we ensure that in most situations, we will be able to give a viable recommendation to our customers. Now that we have a basic understanding how both customer segmentation and personalized product recommendation systems work, let's talk about the practical application. So how do they integrate into our existing customer experience? And there are many ways to do this, ranging from product list recommendations over shopping cart recommendations, all the way up to customer account recommendations, and a shop to look feature that can be integrated into your website, your mobile app, or whichever user interface you're using and your customers are using to interact with your products. Okay, so this is how the implementation of a product list would look like. So the user searches for a black wallet, and the personalized product list presents itself suitably filtered by color, by number of compartments, price range, and the material, allowing the customer to easily pick the best alternative of the product that they're looking for. Once the product has been added to the shopping cart, further product recommendations are played out, this time not alternatives to the product, but basically extensions, be it a purse, be it a bag, or basically the same item but for different gender, assuming that customer belongs to the cluster that has a partner. And when the customer comes to the checkout, another product recommendation list appears, this time upsells, because the customer might want to buy a product of slightly higher quality than the one they had chosen, because after all, it only costs a bit much, not much more. And while the customer is shopping, a custom tailored list of items appears in their customer profile, ready to be either sent to their newsletter or shown to them in a banner on their website while they are shopping. And if the customer chooses one of the items presented, they're also presented with an opportunity to use the shop to look feature, which allows them to make the best combination with the items that they previously chosen, allowing the customer to look the best with the least amount of time and effort spent. So how does this all look from the other side of the screen? How does it look for the person who is managing the system? So while your customers are browsing and enjoying in their personalized recommendations, you are fully both informed and in control of what they're being shown and recommended. This is an implementation of the user interface within Power BI. And what we can see in this example is that we have a perspective of a customer, so Anna is chosen, and we are presented with a list of items that the systems would recommend her. You can challenge this, you can confirm this, you are fully in control of what the system actually shows. And if we look at the other perspective, we have an item chosen, and here's a list of customers that this item would be shown to. So, as I said, you are fully in control. Okay, so what differentiates our product from some generic personalized product recommendation system that you'll find online? Well, first, it is not another system to maintain. It is seamlessly integrated into the solution that you're already using for managing your customer relations, be it a BI or a CRM solution. Second, it covers the full customer journey. It takes into account all of the points of contact between the customer and the products. Third, the implementation is available on whatever cloud of your choice, or even on-premise if you think there is advantage to that. Also, It allows integration of data from multiple data sources, be it your ERP, CRM, BI, or any external data source that you might think will be useful. It also serves as a great foundation for implementing other AI applications. And finally, the process of implementation includes intensive hypercare workshops where our experts sit down with the end users and do their best to basically accommodate all the particular needs of the actual users, as well as ensure that this new system will be seamlessly integrated into your already existing procedures. So, in a nutshell, what our product here is offering is to take your data, processed and integrated from various data sources, utilize complex machine learning and data analysis algorithms in order to extract knowledge and insights from it, and then combine that knowledge and those insights with domain expertise in order to provide personalized recommendations and ensure that your customers have the best possible experience, thus increasing sales and all of those business metrics that you care about, and finally ensuring that all of the systems mentioned work synergetically towards your business goal. Thank you very much. This is all I have prepared for today, and I'm open for your questions. Please.
Thank you, Ratko, for a wonderful presentation. I would like to know, because I guess that you use some kind of stream data processing. So what kind of technology do you use?
You said stream data processing.
Yeah, because I guess that you need some kind of real-time recommendation. Or you
Actually, we use it in batches. In batches, yeah.
In batches.
In batches. I mean, it's not gonna like adjust itself in real time, which in our experience isn't that all that important. But for the next time the customer visit, it will be there, and yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. I want to know from the machine learning perspective, how do you deal with combining items? How do you recommend items that go well together in a fashion sense, you know?
Mm-hmm. You mean one of the approaches that we showed, you mean the, well, let me just get it.
Yes.
Collaborative filtering. Yeah. Well, there are many different ways we can do this. We can see first how they are basically shopped together, so if they're oftentimes in the same cart. Also, we can use the descriptions of the items themselves, sort of extract some NLP features and see the similarity basically between the descriptions of the items. But in general, we tend to use many different approaches, see what gives the best results in a given context, and then go with it with the client.
Just a quick follow-up. So let's say Maria buys a red dress. Actually, she adds it to the cart. Does it mean that your system then immediately takes that into account and recommends her the red heels?
No, as I said, it's batch processing. We need to sort of reload the data and rerun the system for this to happen. So it's not real time. Yes, that's true.
Okay, thank you.
If that's all, thank you very much for the attention, and you can contact me via via this email, or you can add me on LinkedIn and we can continue this conversation. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Ratko. Thank you. Thank you for the very creative presentation and insightful talk, and here is your certificate of appreciation for your engagement at DSC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.